everyone, and welcome to episode 49 of the Video Games Ahoy podcast. My name is Jonathan Radford, and today I'm joined by Dav Weeks.
Hello.
And Zach Hamilton.
Hi. 49?
I know,
crazy.
I know.
That means we're doing number 50 next week.
It's next week. Jeez.
Shit.
That's crazy, dude. That means we've been nearly doing this a whole year.
I had to question myself then as well. I'm like, is it number 49? I'm so nervous about the fact that it probably is, but also, is it number 49? Man. God, I can't believe that. How are you guys doing?
All good.
Good, man.
All good.
Look at you, Johnny. You're looking great. You're looking very Moulin Rouge.
It's the hair.
Don't you think? Yeah, I think it's
honestly,
I think it's a really good 90s look, to be honest.
It's 90s. That's what I was going for.
I like it.
Yeah.
I genuinely don't think you should. I think you should stay exactly as you.
Yeah,
anyone who's listening to this doesn't know idea what we're talking about. But you can know that Johnny looks beautiful.
Fine. No, it's this is called the disheveled. I haven't had a haircut in 4 months.
Yeah, it's good.
Now it's here. That's where I am. But yeah, how are you guys doing? You okay? I haven't really had a chance to speak to you. We didn't do multiplayer Mondays this week.
We didn't.
No, I know.
It's been a weird couple of weeks. We've been all out of sync.
And that's the thing. Like Dav isn't here either. He's had some trouble with his laptop, sadly. So hopefully, he should be here by next week, which is when we need him. That's when we need him.
We do.
Because we're going to have that big Twitch special, which is going to be awesome. Really excited about that. Gents, should we chat about the podcast?
Yeah, let's
talk about wise idea.
Hello, everyone. I guess we've kind of said hello already, but we're Video Games Ahoy. If you don't know us, and if you do, then hi, welcome back. We put these episodes out every Saturday morning where you can listen to us via the podcast hosting site of your choice. I personally use Google because that's the one on my phone. I don't choose to for any other reason other than internet. But you might choose a better one, and if so, good for you. Use that one. Which I say this all the time. Which ones do you guys use? Which one do you have a preferred one?
I use Spotify for basically everything.
Oh yeah, you pay for Spotify though, don't you? I
do, but I mean, to be fair, I was gonna say I listen to music like non-stop, except for right now because I'm in the house all the time. Yeah. I'm doing a lot more watching of like reviews and stuff because it's when I'm out and about. You know, I have to have stuff in my ears, whereas like when I'm here, I can like just have nice things on. It's great.
Yeah, and if you do want to see our lockdown hair. Specifically me and Zach, because actually you can see Dav Weeks' beautiful new freshly cut hair.
Wales.
Myself and Zach currently live in England, which means that we can't have a haircut. So you're seeing the finest lockdown haircuts in the world. So check us out on YouTube if you just want to see that.
That's the only reason. Nothing else.
Don't listen to us.
We don't do anything else. We just have hair.
We talk shit. But if you want to see people talk shit and have some freshly cut hair and non-freshly cut hair, check us out on YouTube. We're also on Discord as well. Say hi to us over there. You can come and join. There's links in the description, which you can check around. And we're on Patreon as well.
Wait, speaking of Discord, Johnny, did you hear me talking about the Yeti soup that I'm going to put in the Discord?
No, but please.
Right, so you know in Twilight Princess, there's the Yeti and Yeto.
Yeah.
And they make the delicious soup that looks delicious.
Of course.
Did I tell you I came up with a recipe?
No.
And it's really so good. Yeah, it's going in the Discord.
Yeti soup.
Try Zach's Yeti soup.
That's going in the Discord, and it's really, really good. I made two versions. I made a vegan version and a non-vegan version.
I like that, because there's some vegans in...
Because we've got vegans in it. So, I actually made the vegan version because I made the original version, then I was like, well, this is no good, because... I
can't eat it, yeah.
Yeah, that was actually my first thought, was like, it's a Zelda game. Johnny needs to be able to eat this.
Yeah. What can you? Do you want to spoil what's in it?
No. Well, I'll put it in the Discord because it's not all that interesting.
That's a reason to join.
Yeah,
let's be
really
honest.
Good.
If you all needed a Yeti soup recipe.
If you want to try Zach's soup, then please.
The other thing is, I make it all the time because it's really easy. So
Zach's
that's
easy soup. It's great.
Easy Soup.
Oh, what a weird nickname that is now. Hey, Easy Soup, what's up?
Easy Soup.
Moving on, we're also on Patreon.
We're also on Patreon. We'll talk about that at the end. Maybe we'll add that to the Patreon as well. Like every week, Zach will create a new soup for the person that joins the Patreon.
Yeah.
Can't guarantee it'll be good because by the time
it'll be disgusting.
It'll be something. You'll get something for your money.
We talk such shit on the podcast.
But like I said as well, we are doing a 50th episode of this podcast live next week, or this coming week, on I think it's the 7th of April. We haven't specified a time yet, but we will obviously keep you all updated. So please check us out. That's going to be a whole lot of fun. And I'll do a longer quiz. God, man, I will say one thing. It takes ages doing the quiz. I was doing it last night, and it takes me like sometimes like up to an hour just to sit there going.
The one time I did it took me about an hour and a half, which is bonkers. It takes ages because you have to figure out like what do people know, like do they know things? Let's find out.
Like the reference to BoJack Horseman. All right, that's it. Let's stop. That's
the end of the show. Bye, everyone.
See you. That was
see you for number 50.
5 minutes 40. I think that.
What's been happening in the news, Johnny?
Yeah, let's talk about news. Do you know we don't really have like any really big stories? So I kind of wanted to talk about. It's just been a quiet week in general. So I'm just going to talk through a couple of stories. And we can have a little chat, a little convo, and then we'll talk about games we've been playing because I bought a game this last week, which I'm very excited to talk about. Anyway, let's talk about Mario, because technically today is the last day you can buy a load of Mario products.
Oh my goodness, I forgot about this.
Yes, today is the 31st of March. So as we record this, it's the 31st of March. It's the last day you can buy the 3D All-Stars collection. Well, from Nintendo, there will obviously be copies around you can buy from certain stores. But yeah, that's it. If you haven't got your copy yet, I guess at this point it's too late, really, unless you find one around. It's so I actually wanted to talk to you about like Nintendo in general and this whole like 31st of March thing, because GamesIndustry.biz has reported that the Super Mario All-Stars collections had a sales spike last week by 276%. And that's obviously people going, I want this game because next week I can't have this game unless I source it out from, secondhand store and stuff. So like, yeah, do we still think this is a bad idea? Like, what are our thoughts on this in general?
Okay, so, right, from a business point of view, from a capitalist point of view, I think it's very savvy.
It is.
Yeah.
Whether or not I agree with it is, like, neither here nor there. But, I mean, Nintendo know that of all the consoles, their second-hand games market is the strongest.
Yep.
And it's one of the reasons why they refused to do discs even when PlayStation and Xbox were doing it. It took until even the GameCube, which was on the disc, is like, oh, but we're going to do little discs.
Yeah.
So,
and that's what screwed. To be fair, that is also what screwed the GameCube over, because they couldn't it was size. There was issues with size, and they couldn't play DVDs.
Yeah, that was a bit flawed. But yeah, Nintendo know that the scarcity of their product is only going to give it an air of mystery and wonder and a high regard. So it's savvy in that aspect for branding.
Yeah.
But I still think it's pretty shitty.
I was thinking as well, like, let's be honest, I don't agree with it. I mean, like, in many ways, I don't know. If you put a product out there, it becomes hard enough to buy it in the first place. And like, I think Super Mario Sunshine, this is the first time it's ever been re-released.
Yeah.
Since the GameCube, which is crazy. But at the same time, what's it been, like 6 months you've been able to buy these games? I think everyone that was gonna buy them has probably bought it, and I think I've got some more information here. I think they've sold around about 10 million. It might be just under 10 million. And they're 3 old games. A lot of people wouldn't have bought them again. I mean, I bought them purely because I hadn't played Galaxy, and I was like, well, this is the perfect chance for me to play Galaxy, and I can replay Sunshine. But yeah, I don't know. It's a weird one. I totally agree with you, Dav. In a capitalist sense, Nintendo, it's that whole thing where get it while it lasts. It's only out for this long, and then it's gone. And I don't know. People go crazy for that.
I wonder if it'll become more standard. Like if people will be doing it, if like companies will start doing it more, because in a way, like
Yeah.
like the way I play games is useless for the games industry. You know, like I play. I mean, we were just talking about Days Gone is coming out free on PlayStation. I really want to play it.
Yeah.
I didn't want to spend 30 quid on it, and that's not even the original price. The original price was like 50 quid.
Yeah.
Which I also wasn't going to pay for it. So I'm rubbish for the games industry because I buy everything late. I get everything secondhand.
Yeah,
I'll wait until it's on offer. Exactly, exactly.
You don't even go to the people who made the game. You
Yeah.
go to somebody else who's already given their money.
Completely. It's like really, really not very good for them. And in a way, like this is if more people are doing that, I don't know how many people do that. I don't know if people do that as well. But if you're trying to combat that, this is brilliant.
Yeah.
Because I don't have that option. I can't just be like, I'll wait.
Yeah.
No, you got to get it today, and you got to
get
pay full price.
Exactly.
The only trouble with that, of course, is like that depends on how much you think people actually want it. I think if my option was to never play Days it's just Days Gone,
Yeah,
just
Days
happens to
Gone,
be the game I'm thinking of. If I had the choice of never playing it or spending 50 quid at launch, I probably would have never played it.
Yeah, me too.
On the other hand, The Last of Us I was always going to buy. I was always going to buy that on day one. Same goes for Breath of the Wild, you know what I mean? Like that was always going to be a high priority. It's just, it depends on the thing. I suppose it depends on that. They'll have analytics that'll tell them exactly how people spend their money and on what. And this must have been their best option. I wonder if this is going to be a kind of an experiment for them to be able to do it more in the future.
I do wonder, because I do wonder if they'll do the same with Zelda. Will they do the same? Like, because if they're going to do a 3D All-Star package like they did with Mario, I don't know if they will, because they don't really, I mean, I could be wrong here, but they don't really have the same form for like that with like Zelda, with Mario. They've done it previously with Mario a couple of times. They've done bundles. I think they have done a Zelda bundle previously, but not quite like we've seen with Mario. I don't know. Hopefully we're going to hear some more about Zelda, and if they're going to do anything.
Have we had Mario bundles? Have we had Mario bundles before?
Yeah, so we had Super Mario All-Stars originally, which was the first three games plus World, was it? Or just either the first three games?
It didn't have World.
Didn't have World.
The first three games and the Lost Levels.
There we are.
Right.
On the SNES, wasn't it?
On the SNES.
Right, okay.
That's what they did, yeah. Another game as well, like we're talking about, is Fire Emblem. So they, the original Fire Emblem, they re-released in English for the very first time, I believe. And that's gone. That's by the time people will be listening to this, that's also gone. I bought that because it was like £5, I think it was.
Yeah.
Like ridiculous. I was like, I'll buy it. I don't mind buying it. But you couldn't buy it physically. It was only digitally. So
have you played it?
No. but
it'll be a big commitment. The first Fire Emblem's gonna be really long.
Like, to be fair, like Fire Emblem's Fire Emblem can be really hard anyway. And that's after they've added all the things to make it easier, like not permadeath, not having to have permadeath, and some of like the last game you could go back in time, like a specific amount of moves. The original game was just permadeath, and that's it. If you messed up, and that's it, like game over sort of thing. But they have added those things in retrospectively, so you can't do that like they do with the that with the SNES and NES games on the Switch, don't they? Where you can like rewind and save. At
like
points.
save states,
which is cool. But I've got so many games to play that going back and playing the original Fire Emblem is not on my list. It's right now anyway.
Fair enough.
But, all right, should we move on, Jen? Should we move on?
I think
that's enough talk about Mario. That's enough talk about that. Just
words I never thought I'd hear you say.
I was going to say,
Jonny.
Do I have any more Nintendo news?
Who are you and where is Jonathan Ryan?
There is one thing. We'll talk. There is something other to do with Switch, but it's to do with Capcom and Monster Hunter. We'll talk about in a little bit. Yeah. Otherwise, that's it. I'm Nintendo out right now. I'm a Sony fanboy right now. I'm just binging my PS5 like crazy. But we'll get into that later. So we're just gonna talk about CD Projekt Red actually, because not like it's nothing really negative. It's kind of, it does seem like, from an outside perspective, they've at least learned some lessons from Cyberpunk, because they've been talking a lot about their strategies going forward and how basically they're going to limit the amount of stuff they show in advance, and then basically start showing things how it actually is in the game, rather than going, this is how we want it to look. It's going to be, this is how it does look, which is the right thing to do. It does feel weird that it took them that long to learn that lesson. That seems like something that seems not like the best idea anyway, because you're showing something that you're not producing, which is bad. But
I sort of disagree with that, because I kind of feel like I feel like whenever you see any kind of trailer for anything, unless it's it's gameplay, which we knew it wasn't. Like when we saw those original trailers, we knew they weren't, didn't we?
Well, they kind of played up to it that it's not gameplay, but it could look like this.
Oh, okay, that's not cool. I was just gonna say, like, I kind of feel, that's different actually. I was gonna say sometimes you see. I mean, do you guys remember the trailer years ago for Dead Island?
Oh,
yes.
I think so. Yeah.
It's awesome. It's a really cool trailer.
The slow-mo person falling out of a window.
Yeah, and he all like goes backwards. It was so cool. The game's not very good, and I remember being really disappointed by that. But I remember at the time then kind of going like, well, of course, because that was a video and that was a game. Those are two very different things.
Yeah.
But I do agree. Yeah, they should definitely not have been presenting it as though it was going to be anything like, because it never was. They must have known that.
Sure. So I'll just read a little quote out from Michael Nowakowski. He outlined some of the lessons learned from Cyberpunk 2077 marketing failures. So the quote is, going forward, our campaigns will be much shorter. We'll wait until much closer to a game's launch before we start showing things like trailers, demos, or going in depth about mechanics, etc. They also released a content roadmap for Cyberpunk 2077 and The Witcher 3, both of which will receive next-gen updates in the second half of 2021. There's another quote here as well. So the foundation of our strategy is to shift and adapt our focus to enable parallel AAA game development starting in 2022. I think it does seem like they have learned a lot of lessons from what happened with Cyberpunk. I think it's weird because The Witcher 3 is one of my favorite games of all time, and I've talked about it loads of times. And the second that the next gen update comes up for The Witcher 3, I'm probably going to replay that whole game again because I love it. And I actually I played a little bit of Cyberpunk recently because they just released an update for it, and it does feel like it's going in the right direction. I do just feel like there was someone who explained it really well. I can't remember who it was, but I remember reading something on Twitter online which really best explains it. They'd never really experienced making a game that was as intimate and confined as Cyberpunk was. The Witcher 3 is spread out over way more land, and it's it's horses and castles and all that kind of stuff. Nothing needs to come flying in out of nowhere. Like, there was so much to do with Cyberpunk that they'd never really done before with The Witcher, so there was so many things they had to learn. I just think they got way too ahead of themselves. They got swept away in what they thought they could do, and ultimately, I remember reading something like GTA 5 had like 3 or 4 times as many developers working on that game as Cyberpunk 2077, and the games are about the same size. So it kind of makes sense why it was so buggy and messed up. They have actually just bought a new development studio, though, which actually helped them with Cyberpunk, which is Digital Escapes in Vancouver. So hopefully that's going to help, like I said, over the next year they want to do that. And they've scaled back what they want to do with multiplayer. So it does seem like that whole fiasco. I don't really want to talk about that whole Cyberpunk too much. I just want to talk about the fact that it at least seems to me like they're learning from their mistakes. And I don't know. What do you guys... when Cyberpunk actually comes out in its fullest form, would either of you be interested in playing it?
Oh yeah, I'm in a way I'm surprised I haven't played it already. I'm just after all the news about it and the fact that it's still not come down in price that much. I just checked on. I think I checked on GOG. It's still like 40 quid.
Yeah.
So I'll get around to it eventually. Ideally, when it's completely sorted, and ideally when I have a next-gen console.
I was just about to say, maybe just wait. I said this way back in the day. I can't see how they're going to get into a state where it's really good on old consoles, but because my friend played it on the PS4 when it first came out, and he said it was virtually unplayable. Like it was like 12 frames per second, and it was just everything was jittery and all that kind of stuff. But
they just need to drop it, I think.
I like I said, at the time I was fortunate to play it on PS5, and I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it, but yeah, let's see what happens over the next couple of months. I just can't wait till that Witcher 3. Like next gen.
I'm surprised that because is that a PS4 game?
Witcher 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was okay. I'm picturing it as being older than that. I don't know why.
2015. So it was
wow,
kind of like,
okay.
The 3, yeah.
Okay, I don't know why I had it in my head as older than that. Yeah. Oh,
that
makes sense then.
It does feel older, but it's definitely worth it. If I know you guys haven't played The Witcher 3, but I definitely recommend it if you get a chance.
I have a copy and it's been on my shelf for a year now.
Oh, nice. Honestly,
Not grabbed it yet.
Yeah, I was gonna say like
I've put how many hours? I put like I was gutted. I've said this many times, but the first time I played it on the PS4, I put like 50. I didn't realize I put 50 hours into it on the PS4 before my game crashed. But I went in onto because like on the PS5 it tells you how many hours put into a game, and I went onto The Witcher 4, The Witcher 3, and it was like, you've put 50 hours into it. I was like, oh, no wonder why I didn't go back to it, because there's no way I would have put 50 hours into a game, had all of my save data wiped, and thought, I've got the mental stamina to go back and do that all again, to get back to the same place just to continue the game. Like, I was just like, no, I can't do that. But I put over 100 hours into the Switch, and I bloody loved it. Right, let's move on to, there's, Monster Hunter. You guys interested in getting Monster Hunter Rise? Zach, does that interest you at all in getting a Switch to buy it?
It looks cool. Like, it's the first time I've ever really looked at a Monster Hunter game and kind of got it. Because, like, people talk about Monster Hunter like it's the biz, and I've never played it. Like, I don't know. It's just one of those things that's kind of like what do I mean? It's just kind of... eluded me, is that right?
Yeah.
It looks, but this one has grabbed my attention definitely, but I don't know if it's enough for me to buy a Switch.
Sure.
I think
if you bought a Switch, would you then?
Yeah, that seems more likely. And to be honest, when Breath of the Wild 2 comes, that's such an easy excuse.
Yeah. So basically, the only reason I brought it up is because it sold 4 million copies since it released last week, which is that's really good for a third-party game on the Nintendo Switch. I mean, obviously we know that Nintendo has loads of Switches out there, but I think Monster Hunter World is the best-selling Capcom game, and I think that was 16 million, and that was how long has that been out, since 2018? So to sell 4 million in a week,
that time.
That's pretty good.
Have you guys played the Monster Hunter series at all?
I played the demo for this game. I just didn't understand it. I couldn't.
Yeah.
It feels like, and I think Dav Gabe, to be fair to him, he always, like, he knows a lot of people who play it, and he always says it's a game that you play. It's a game that you play with your friends, even though he hasn't played much Monster Hunter. He knows people that does, and they always say it's a game you play with your friends, and that's when you get the most out of the game.
Okay.
But I don't know. I just couldn't get into it.
It does seem pretty impenetrable when I've seen it. Like, I don't know.
But yeah, let's move on. Let's talk about Ratchet and Clank on the PS4. It's just got a new. So have you guys downloaded Ratchet and Clank?
I've downloaded it.
It's free, Zach. It's free.
It's free. Oh, yeah. It is free. I did download it actually. In that case,
Insomniac have actually just released a patch for it, which means you can now play the game at 60 frames per second. Which is great. So because I know Dav actually tweeted the day that he'd been putting it off, hoping that they'd done it, and I read a couple of months ago that they were planning on doing the game that they wanted to do that for, because I know obviously the next Ratchet and Clank game is coming out soon. But that does entice me more, because I remember playing the game. I played about 2 hours of it a couple of years ago, and it was fine, but in 60 frames per second, just how smooth everything will be. Goddamn, that game.
What did it run at before?
It was 30, which is
30?
Fine.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
6. I don't know. Like, I've been so fortunate with the PS5, like playing games at 60 frames a second. Once you play it and get used to it, you do notice it so much more. You go back and play in 30 frames a second. It's
funny as well, because I find, like, if you're not, because I don't really play much at 60, but when I do, it does kind of throw me for a loop a second. I do kind of go like, whoa, what am I looking at?
Yeah.
And then I get so used to it, and it feels so. It's so
smooth.
It's interesting.
I think that's the thing that always gets me, is like, you're looking around and nothing feels blurry. You're just looking around and everything's like there. It's just there. It's crazy. But 60 frames per second, Ratchet and Clank. Check it out. It's still free, I believe. So yeah. And finally, we got last news story. Like I said, not much news today. This has just been announced, I think, about half an hour ago. We spoke about it just before we went live, and that's the PS Plus games for April. They are Zombie Army 4 Dead War, which apparently is a co-op game. It's free, so I guess that's an option for us all to play. Days Gone, which I already mentioned to Zach. That's what we've been talking about, Days Gone. And then Oddworld Soulstorm, which is only for the PS5. So the PS4 people get Zombie Army 4 Dead War and Days Gone, and then people with the PS5 get those two games and Oddworld Soulstorm, which I'm interested in checking out, because I kind of like the world of Oddworld. But yeah, those are all coming up on the 6th of April. Any of those games interesting you guys? Would you...
Oh, Days Gone.
Days Gone, yeah.
Yeah, want to play it. I'm really intrigued. I'm not getting overly hyped about it.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
Yeah, what I tend to do with all these PlayStation Network games, I just download them and just leave them and get around to them eventually.
Yep.
There's so many.
And then eventually never comes. That's how it feels like for me.
I mean, Just Cause has just sat there from a few months ago. I'm like, I will play Just Cause at some point because I bet I would really enjoy Just Cause.
Yeah.
Nope, hasn't happened yet.
Yeah. I feel the same. I feel exactly the same. I've only just got around to playing Journey, and that was like a year ago that was out. Crazy.
God, it's really funny as well because like what I really enjoy about you two is you two are so relaxed when it comes to buying games and like playing games. I get so hyped. I get hyped. I like, I'm gonna buy this game, and then I buy it, and then I never play it. So at least you two wait for like free games, and you're like, I'll play it later. I'm like, I'll buy it, and then like maybe like 5 years down the line, I bought that.
I do. I have made a little pledge for myself. Basically, I've got a shelf which is full of games, and I refuse to buy another game, especially a hard copy game, until I've got one I'm willing to trade in.
That's fair enough. One game I've actually downloaded it, and I think I'm finally going to give it a go after the game I'm playing, which I should probably finish soon. Oh my god, what's it called? It's gone from my head. Persona 5.
Aha!
Yeah.
I think because basically I've been waiting for so long, hoping that it comes to the Switch because I don't care about the graphics when it comes to a game like Persona 5.
Yeah.
I'm more than happy to take the hit if it means I can play it on Switch. It just hasn't, and I can't I don't want to keep putting it off because it's like I want to play that game, but I know it's 100 hours. I know it's 100 hours. That's the thing. Like it's getting started. I'm like, oh man. But I think I'm gonna start playing that soon after the game that I'm currently playing. Should we actually? That's it. Should we actually talk about games we've been playing?
Yeah. What is the game that you're currently playing?
Well, actually, this is a game that I know you will like, and I haven't actually spoken to Zac about this, and that's Hitman 3.
I did see that you were playing that.
Yeah. So this doesn't help anyone right now. So I do apologize for saying this. I'm just saying this to Zac. Zac, you need to go on. Is it GOG, Dav? And you can download 13 for free. Currently, right now.
Yes.
Oh, what, the new version?
The original version.
The original version?
Yeah,
wait, where can
free.
I get it?
Is it GOG? GOG. You can buy it. It would say buy it. It's free on GOG. That helps no one listening. But it was in my brain, and I'd forget to tell Zac otherwise. So you're all getting that information.
No, I definitely need to do it because me and my brother loved that game when we were kids.
It's free.
Actually, in a similar way, I just went on Epic Games, and you can get, I think, the first level of Hitman 3.
You can.
Ooh.
Dubai. But yeah, Hitman 3 is the game I'm talking about. It was reduced to like £30 of the day from Curry's, so I snatched it. I was like, well, it's £60 and it's like half price, so I didn't want to spend 60 quid, but 30 quid for a game that I've been in Hitman mode for the last like month, as Dav Weeks in particular knows. I've not stopped talking about it. So I bought Hitman 3. I was meaning to play it on Tuesday, but I've just been so busy. The last like 2 or 3 weeks have just been ridiculous for me. I'm just not being able to do anything. So like I've only been playing it in bits here and there in the evenings. I haven't finished it yet, but it feels like the best one that I've played of the trilogy, like Hitman 1, 2, and 3. I have not. Do you know, like, Dav, I guess, Zac, I don't know if you played the new Hitman games, but Dav, do you know when you play, like, Hitman 1 and 2, there are some levels that aren't great. Like, there's some levels you... Say it again? Colorado. The Colorado is the big one as well. And I didn't like the one in Colombia in the second one as well, in the second game. Colombia was okay, but it wasn't great. I wasn't a massive fan of it. So there are some levels in the first 2 games where I'm like, okay, they're not great. And then there's some levels like, oh my god, this is amazing. Like the Paris one in the first game where you can basically like walk down the catwalk as a dancer, just strutting your stuff. As a hitman, is amazing. It's one of the fun. It's so funny. But Hitman 3, every level I've loved so far. Every single level I've absolutely loved. They've just finished the level. There's a level in China. There's the level in Dubai is great. Like it's so cool. And the as I go through the games as well, the levels just get so much bigger in scope. Like Dubai is amazing because you're literally at like at a fake version of the is it the Burj Khalifa, the tallest?
Yeah.
So it's like a fake version of that. So you're like at the top of this massive building and you can see the clouds beneath you. You're right at the top, and obviously you got to go and do these things. You can like push people off the building and just see them fall for like days, which is hilarious. But every level's great. This like the second level. Oh, the second level is basically. Have you guys seen Knives Out?
No.
Oh, you should. Okay, first off, watch Knives Out. I love that film so much. Rian Johnson it's so good. Knives Out is great. But it's they kind of molded it around that. It's like a murder mystery set in like an old mansion. And there's a murder that's actually happened that is nothing to do with you in this mansion. And you can either just go and kill your targets as you're supposed to, or there's a private investigator who turns up and you can steal their identity and then go try and solve the murder yourself just to get access to the person you want to kill. And I spent an hour and a half just going, I gotta find all these clues. I want to know who did it.
So it's a game within a game.
It was a game within a game, and I was loving it. I felt, it was brilliant. It was so good. I've loved every single level I've played so far. I've loved it, and I don't want to keep going on about it because I imagine I'll talk about this more when I finish the game. But I think it's the best one. I'm very excited for you. I know, again, Zach, I don't know if you'll ever play Hitman. I totally recommend them after playing them myself. So great. But Dav, I know you will eventually play Hitman 3.
I will.
And I just can't wait to hear what you think. I really can't wait to hear what you think. But yeah, enough out of me. What else?
Dav, what you been playing?
Yeah, Dav, what you been playing?
So yeah, as I said, it's been a bit of a weird week for all of us by the sounds of it. I've been really busy. I've started back on my electrician's course, but I did really want to bring a game to talk about, so I was like, I must find something to play. So I decided to go into my little games file on my Mac and play Faster Than Light, because that's a nice little quick game you can open and play pretty quickly.
I don't know that one.
Do you not know Faster Than Light?
No, I'm going to look that up.
I think you'd like it.
Faster Than Light is great. Okay, so you have a spaceship and you're on a mission. You've got to get across the galaxy in levels. And it's a top-down thing. You get a bird's eye view with your ship. You got your crew members, and you got to put them in rooms where they operate the guns or the shields, or And
every single was it Lovers in a Ding?
I know the one you mean.
Yeah,
it's not like
not
that.
Okay,
because
right.
I mean, in a weird way, it's like a roguelike because it's procedurally generating.
I can see why you love this. This is
you're building up your
game.
ship every level, and then you're kind of going, I hope I have enough lasers to destroy a big ship if it turns up. And it's really, really hard to win. But it's really satisfying when you get a really good build on your ship and you realize you can take down anything, and you're just kind of like, I cannot wait to get to the end of the game when I have to take on the massive Federation armada, because I think I might do it this time. And then you forget the fact that you haven't, all your crew members are really, really weak, and then you come across a ship with transporters that just put pirates onto your ship and kill all your crew, and then you're screwed. And it's that kind of and that happens a lot. It's also really, there's something really fun about it. You're trying to lock doors to stop people from breaking in, and then you're opening airlocks to try and suffocate them. And keeping your doors locked to keep your people safe, but then opening the airlocks to either extinguish fires or kill intruders is quite fun.
Now I know why you like it.
Yeah.
Just stuff like that is really fun. I think it's a really cracky little game. It's a really simple, lo-fi kind of type of experience, but it's very satisfying. And I've played hours of it, not getting any better at it, and I don't really care.
Don't you just love those games though, that you just kind of go, I'll give this a go, and then you put hours and hours and hours. I love it when that happens. I said to you that's actually how it started with me for Hitman 2, because I bought it. I was like, I'll give it a go, and I'm like, well, I'm sold on the entire series now. Anything else, Dav? That just looking at it on the pictures, I'm like, that's a Dav Weeks game. Jeez.
It's a good game. And to be honest,
Dav Weeks seal of approval.
Yeah, other than the obvious, that's the game I'll be playing.
I have noticed you do play a lot of Apex as well. How's that going?
I do. Yeah, all right. I don't know. I just, for some reason, feel invested on getting to the end of the Battle Pass now. And I never thought I'd be that guy.
Yeah.
But I am now.
Look what you've become.
I know.
Do you reckon...
Basic bitch, innit?
Do you reckon
Apex bitch? Sorry.
Do you reckon the two devs will ever like team up and take on the world?
I am nowhere near good at this game.
I'll never forget the day the Dav just destroyed me and Zach. Ruined both of us. Like just like, oh wow, then this
look,
is
a car. He hated us.
Oh god. But yeah.
Speaking of Dav hating people, can I catch you guys up on the Pokemon?
Oh yeah, please. Oh wait.
Dav wiped again.
Oh
no.
And like at the time, I couldn't laugh because it was like too raw. Like he was not having a good time. Like he'd spent the whole session like working at it, getting himself ready, started, and then just on the last, we were in the last 5 minutes of the stream, and he was just like, "All right, I guess we'll just raid." I think we just need to. There's no point in me starting over now. We'll just get on. Just like dying in the corner. It's so funny and so sad all at once.
Oh no!
It's gone awry. It's gone awry. But it's anyway. But that's not what I've been playing this week.
You've not wiped once, have you?
I've not wiped, but only because they're kind of reached a point where like I can just be super safe.
Right.
Like there was one fight where it was like I was pretty sure I could do it, but I wasn't sure I could do it without losing a Pokemon. So I was just like, okay, I'll just grind.
Don't risk it. Yeah, don't risk it.
Yeah, there's no point. Like we don't have an over leveling rule because we have this whole thing about killing off each other's Pokemon. But since he can't kill off any of my Pokemon for a while, I'm golden. Like, so that's why that's the only reason I feel bad about laughing actually, because it is funny, but it also benefits me too much. You know. Yeah. Like we say, you can only punch up.
Yeah, punch up.
Punch up. Absolutely.
But that's not what I've been playing. I've been playing. So my YouTube algorithm, whatever, has decided that I only ever want to see Attack on Titan stuff, which is true. But the problem, there are two problems with that. One, I'm always on the very brink of spoilers, which is
that's never a good thing.
Makes me very anxious to go on YouTube at all. But the other thing is, it means I'm subject to all manner of fan content, including a fan game. And I saw these like videos of like someone who'd like made this game with Unity. And I was like, oh, that looks kind of cool. I wonder if like I can play it. And I never really play fan games just because I don't know why, to be honest. Mostly because my computer's not very good. But there's a fan game by someone called Rourke. I think it's Rourke. It might be Roark. Someone might be able to tell me, but I can't. I've never heard anyone say it out loud, so it's one of those two. And man, it's really, really good. It's a really old version that I'm playing because they haven't done like the ones that they're showing the previews of. They haven't actually released and updated to the public. So if anyone knows when that's going to become available, please let me know, because the base game that I'm playing at the moment, it's literally just like a little bit of tutorial and then some like basic gameplay elements, but it does the movement so well. I know you guys aren't super familiar with the show, but they have this, they have a kind of a jetpack system where it uses like a combination of like grappling hooks and like gas-powered projection. I don't know what you call it, propulsion. I don't know what the word is. You know what I'm talking about. Accelerating using. Yeah. And when you watch the show, all you do is go like, "Oh, I want to do that. That looks amazing."
It does. And looks like Spider-Man, but better.
Yeah, exactly. And the guy, this group, this small team who put together the fan game have really nailed that. And I talk about this a lot. I always go on about like, one of the things I think you should get right in a game is movement. Movement should be fun because that's the thing you do the most. That's why, in my opinion, Marvel Spider-Man does so well, because moving around feels great.
Amazing.
The only downside, and I actually don't know if this is the downside, is that it's really hard in this version. Like Spider-Man, you can kind of get used to fairly quickly. This is very, very difficult, but it also means that it's very involved. They made a game, like an official game, and it's great. Flying around's cool, but it doesn't feel very involved. You just kind of like press. It's kind of like you guys have played Assassin's Creed, where it's like push R and A and forward, and you climb on everything and do all these crazy things. And it's not that. I don't know if that's true now, but certainly in the older ones, it was very just like push forward and go. And it's cool, but not so involved. This is very difficult, but much more involved. And I think that's quite a good trade-off. But it means that if you want to get into it, you have to commit a bit of time.
Sure.
So
on a scale of Assassin's Creed to Octodad,
Oh, that's a really good. Yeah, that's a really good.
Where are we on the moving kind of difficulty?
It's like I wish I could think of a game that it's comparable to.
Assassin's Creed to Octodad.
It's definitely not. It's definitely not Octodad level, but it is. It's probably pretty close actually in terms of control because. And I think it's probably if it was if 1 is Assassin's Creed and 10 is Octodad, it's probably a 7 or an 8.
And 15 is QWOP, by the way. That's nostalgic, isn't it?
Yeah, that is nostalgic. God, I haven't thought about QWOP in many years. Maybe we should play that this week and talk about it.
Talk about QWOP.
Can we do a multiplayer Mondays where we all compete to win QWOP?
Best QWOP. Oh wow!
Anyway, yeah, that's really cool. If anyone's interested in playing that, it's free and you can play it with a really low powered console. It's cool. RORC or ROARC. I'm not sure.
Cool.
And there's loads of cool YouTube videos that show you like the development process and like how far they've come since the current version. So well worth a go.
I love that. I do love fan made games sometimes.
Yeah.
Just because you can see how much passion's been put into it. Like, and often people do it for free as well. Like most of the time, people do it for free, so it's just in their spare time. And there's something really nice about that. I don't know. I really like that quality. People just going, I love this so much that I'm just going to show
completely
the world. I think it's great.
I'm not sure if they have any funding or if they do like a Patreon or whatever. I definitely think they should. They deserve it. They're doing really great stuff.
Yeah. Sounds great. Anything else, Zach, or should we move on to the quiz?
Let's do the quiz, man. I'm done.
Let's do the
I want to hear that kazoo.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Jeez, have I got a song? I'll have to make one up on the spot. It's the one I always forget.
You didn't prepare a kazoo?
No, I did. I wrote. So basically, I wrote one down. Last week when Dad wasn't here, I was like, okay, I can do a Zelda one because I don't want to upset him.
He knows Zelda.
But this week I've actually got one that I know he would have been at least aware of. But I'll do that one anyway.
Okay,
that one's fine. All right, quiz and Dad week's first win last week.
Yeah.
So let's see if we can keep the streak going.
No streak.
All right, one sec.
I will win.
Wait, I need to get my Wheel of Misfortune out. Here it is.
Yay!
It's my little drawer.
I love that you bought a Wheel of Misfortune.
Like I said, wheel and I kitted it out. Just
brilliant.
I love it. It's great.
Brilliant.
Satisfying noise, isn't it?
It's very satisfying.
I think it should go on your.
Noise.
I think it should go on your wall.
Oh, should I put it there?
Wouldn't that be good? So it's just like always there, and then you can be like
that.
Go.
Wait. You got it.
Yeah.
It's Dab Weeks. All right, here we go.
That one doesn't count.
No.
Oh man.
All right, here we go. Questions. Question number 1. According to Metacritic, which of these Sonic games has the lowest rating? Okay.
Come on.
Which Sonic game has the lowest rating on Metacritic? Is it Shadow the Hedgehog, Sonic Boom: Rise of Lyric, Sonic the Hedgehog in brackets 2006, or Sonic Shuffle?
I think this is a trick question.
So Shadow the Hedgehog, Sonic Boom, Sonic the Hedgehog in brackets 2006, or Sonic Shuffle?
I think this is a trick question.
You guys got answers?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Presenter Dabweeks go first.
Shadow.
And Zach?
I think it might be Sonic Boom.
It is Sonic Boom.
Yeah,
it's Sonic Boom. Rise of Lyric. Do you guys want to guess? Do you guys want to guess the score?
It's like 12. I think it might be like 12% or something.
It's a bit higher than 12.
Is
so
it 20?
what was Boom? I don't recognise.
It was on the Wii U. It was on the Wii U.
It was like,
and therefore shit.
Therefore not many people know it. Like,
I don't remember.
The thing about it was like Sonic 06 is so bad, but everyone sort of knew that afterwards. And then by the time Sonic Boom came out, everyone was expecting it to be shit, and then it was shit. So people doubled down and were like, "Oh, it's shit," and we knew it was going to be shit.
Yeah.
What did we expect?
So I'll go through the scores. So Sonic Shuffle is the 4th worst with 54. Shadow the Hedgehog is the 3rd worst, 51. Sonic the Hedgehog 2006, 43. Sonic Boom: Rise of Lyric, 32. It takes a lot to be like a 32 on Metacritic because we know what, like in video games, like a bad game sometimes get like 70. Like it's not like films where an average kind of film is like 60s to 70, like that's an average film, just maybe about the 60s mark. In video games, like if you're in the 60s, no one's gonna play it. Like no one's gonna play that game. Like it's crazy.
I remember reading Game Master magazine and then reading a really scathing review, like, oh, it's really not great. The graphics are a bit rubbish. The music's terrible. The game's really clunky. 68%. It's like
it's like
what?
Yeah, that's not the same.
Yeah, films will get like a 32%, and like. Quite often, you often see like comedies in particular, like it will be around the 40-50 mark, quite often. And they're always successful as well. So who are we to screw the critics is what I say. Screw them all. Right, number 2. In 1983, Atari were devastated by the video game crash that they so devastated by the video game crash that they actively tried to destroy huge quantities of E.T. the video game. But how? Did they burn them in a bonfire? Did they bury them in the desert, or did they crush them?
I think I know this.
Yes.
Burn them in a bonfire, bury them in the desert, or crush them. I don't know why I'm doing a Russian accent. It's like, crush you.
Crush them, because it sounds like Khrushchev.
Yeah. All right. 3, 2, 1, press enter. Yeah, you both got it. It's buried them in the desert.
Buried in the desert.
Buried in the desert. I can't accept that answer, but no. Well, I tell you what. The desert could be a dessert to someone. If they want to eat sand, someone's eating the sand. It was 2014, I think it was, where they were just like, right, let's just see if this rumor was true, and they found loads of... It wasn't just E.T., it was loads of other things to do with Atari as well, which is crazy.
Are they still there?
Well, 2014, I think it was.
Oh, okay, they dug them up there.
Yeah.
That's bonkers.
Okay.
That's such a long time.
This is not necessarily a video game question, but it's associated to video games. And I'm going to give you 4 options, so don't fret. This is question number 3. How many episodes of the Pokemon anime are there currently? Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Is it 1,148, 1,198, 1,248, or 1,298? So we start at 1148 and then just add 50 for the 4 options. So 1148, 1198, 1248, 1298. Okay. Do you guys have answers?
Pure guess.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1, press enter.
Oh.
You both went the same. 1248. It's 1148. 100 episodes out. I mean, that is a lot.
That is a lot
of episodes.
Yeah.
That's a lot of TV.
I was gonna say the first series has like 112 or something bonkers like that. That's the one we all remember. Like, and that's. Yeah. Do you think you guys have seen the whole of the first series?
Yeah.
No.
I don't know if I
don't think I have. There must be some.
There's got to be a couple that I'm missing.
Yeah,
and there are some weird ones as well that you're not supposed to be able to watch, of course.
Oh yeah, because there was some with them.
Yeah,
there's a Porygon episode which caused epileptic fits.
That's the one.
And then there's also the one where James has boobs.
There was also one with a gun.
I think that's the one where James has boobs.
Wow.
It's the same episode.
I think it might be the same episode. If it's not the same episode, they're really close. They're like boobs one after the other or something.
Boobs and Guns, the next Rockstar band.
Boobs and Guns. Boobs and Guns.
Like,
just not suitable for kids' entertainment. There we go.
Yeah. All right.
Learn your lesson, Pokemon.
All right. Question number 4. How many people did it take to create the original Mortal Kombat? Was it 4, 8, or 16? How many people did it take to create the original Mortal Kombat?
I'm trying to remember this from a documentary.
16?
Yeah, I was going to say, we should know this, but I don't remember. All right, I'm ready.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, press enter.
Wow,
Daphne, should you go with?
only 4.
4. It was a really small company when it started.
Zach?
4.
I said 8.
It is 4.
Wow. That's
bonkers. It is another one I read the other day. I was going to use this one, but I just thought I'd rather tell you this fact. GoldenEye had 9 people as developers for GoldenEye, and 8 of them had never made a video game before.
What?
That's just crazy.
Have they made GoldenEye?
Yeah, they made GoldenEye.
Honestly.
They made GoldenEye, which
okay.
is unbelievable. Question number 5. How many games have there been from the Assassin's Creed franchise? Okay, so let me because there's a load of let me explain.
Games.
So sequels count,
Yeah.
but spin-offs and DLC don't. Okay,
Right.
so just to get I know with Ezio there are is it Brotherhood?
There's the Ezio trilogy.
So I will give you that does count, but then there are some like DLC doesn't count. So
Yeah.
that's okay. So does that make sense? So like
Yeah.
sequels count, but spin-offs and DLC don't. I do have 4 options here, so you don't have to count. Oh, Zach's counted anyway.
I'm going through it in my head.
Okay, well, do you want me to give the 4, or do you want to just go for what you want? Go for what you got.
Okay, I can count to 16 already.
French,
Okay.
English, Viking.
Are you including?
Give us the options because I'm
Okay.
never gonna get it.
Okay. 10, 11, 12, or 13.
Oh, okay, so not 16. I didn't count 16 then.
I was gonna say.
I love you just like there's 16. I was like, what is that?
Freaking me out.
Okay.
It's because imagine you might be counting spin-offs and DLC that I'll explain when it comes to it. But these are the options I've got.
Okay.
This is from this is what I.
So wait, what are the options? You had 10, 11,
10, 11, 12, or 13.
Okay, I think I've got it.
Okay.
I might have forgotten one.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Press enter. Dav Weeks, what did you go with?
13.
Zach,
I think it's 11.
split the difference. What you get?
It's 12. I knew that must have been forgot one.
It's 12.
What
Zach,
did I-
Zach, do you want to? Because Dav's actually guessed 13, so I kind of want to hear which one. I want go for your 11.
So I
and
went.
I'll tell
I
you.
went
Yep.
1, 2, Brotherhood, Revelations.
Yep.
3.
Yep.
Black Flag.
Yep.
And then I just did like countries. So there's a French one, there's an
Yeah.
English one, there's a Viking one, there's a ancient Greek one, and there's a I said Viking.
Egyptian.
Yeah.
Egyptian. That's the other one I was thinking of.
So
yeah.
I'll read them through. So it's Assassin's Creed 1, 2, Brotherhood, Revelations, Assassin's Creed 3, Black Flag, Rogue, Unity, Syndicate, Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla.
Okay.
So what did I miss?
I don't know. I imagine it was one of the Rogue Unity Syndicate ones.
Yeah, you didn't say Rogue.
I
Are
think
there
that's what it
2
was.
English ones or 2 French ones or something?
Which one is Rogue?
Rogue is the Black Flag one, but set in the cold place.
Oh, right. Okay, there
That'd
we
be
are.
the one.
That'd be the one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
The
Dav, which
three
one did you get? Did you guess otherwise?
Okay, well, the other 3 I went for were the ones on the Game Boy, which were side scrollers.
Right.
There was one set in China. There was
Yeah.
one set in
Yeah. So those are the spin-offs.
India.
Those are the spin-offs. Yeah.
It
It was.
kind of spin-offs to them.
It was a tough question. I do apologize. All right, here we go. Play that kazoo. Yeah.
Do 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 do.
I know that one.
All right. Okay. Here we go.
Okay,
Do I need to play that again?
No.
I recognise it, but
Okay.
I can't.
Yes.
I don't know if I absolutely.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Press enter. Dav Weeks
I said Metroid.
and Zach. It's
Halo.
It's Halo. Yeah,
Not
it's
what I
Halo.
thought it was
Yeah,
at all.
It's Halo. It's
the,
I was gonna do the. I thought, no, that's gonna go for ages. That's gonna go
That'll
forever.
be hard.
It's Halo.
Dude, why did you even buy a kazoo? You do a perfectly good non-kazoo version.
I don't even know why I'm doing the fingers like that. All right. Question number 7. How long does it take to fully complete Demon's Souls? Oh, anyway. How long does it fully? I can't say this. How long does it take to fully complete Demon's Souls 2020? Is it 46 hours, 56 hours, 66 hours, or 76 hours?
Is that 100%ing it?
Yes.
Completionist.
Yeah, 100%. That's the completionist.
Okay.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Press enter.
Played it.
Tab Weeks, what'd you go with?
56.
And Zach
76.
is 56.
Wow.
Complete guess. Not a clue. Never played it.
Do you want to throw out a guess for how long it takes to just beat the game?
3 hours.
3 hours.
Yeah, speedrun
I
it.
bet you can speedrun it in,
You probably
in less
could
than 3
speedrun it.
hours.
Just run
yeah.
away screaming.
Is it 15 hours? Something like that?
24.
24.
Okay.
24.
Yeah, okay.
I'll never get into those games. I appreciate them for what they are. I do not have the patience for them. I just know that, so I'm not even going to bother buying them. I know they're amazing, but I don't have it in me to do it. I just don't have
Not
the
good
patience.
for your health. I really don't think that those games are good for your health. Like, they're just... They just grind you down, you know.
Yeah.
Bloodborne stressed the shit out of me. Honestly.
Yeah.
That's the one, like, because Bloodborne is the one I'm most interested in because I just like the way it looks.
The aesthetic is beautiful.
But I remember buying it, playing it for the first, like, honestly, I played it for like half an hour. I was like, nope. I noped the hell out of that game.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right. Question number 8. And that's name that badly described game. Ooh. Spaceman rallies peaceful tribes, begins brutal war of attrition to get home.
What? Say it again.
Spaceman rallies peaceful tribes, begins brutal war of attrition to get home.
I'm pretty sure I know it.
I think you do know it, and I think that helps me know it. Yeah, all right, I got an answer.
Okay, what do you got? 3, 2, 1, press enter. It's Pikmin!
Very good, very good.
Again,
really like that one.
So, I will say, the last 2 weeks I've been cheating because there's like a whole list of people who'd already done these. So thank you to all the people giving them to me. I'm just using them. I will give you credit by saying you're amazing, but I'm going to keep using them because it takes ages to think them up.
Who came up with that one?
It's all from the same list. I think it's from like it's not IGN, but it's something like along those lines. I'm not telling you because then you'll go and find them and read them all.
I know. Once you get to the end,
I won't
then
do
you
that.
can credit them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'll credit them all at the end. Okay, question number 9. Nintendo used the code name for the Wii U, but do you know which one? Is it Atlantis, Evolution, or Project Cafe?
This is for what console?
The Wii U. I've got to check this actually because I think
I don't think that's
Project Cafe is such a shit name.
Wii U. So there's Project Cafe, Evolution, and what was the other one?
Atlantis.
Okay.
What's really funny is on my marks, I'd marked the wrong one as the right answer.
Naughty.
So
that wasn't very good, was it?
No, I saw it and I was like, I'm sure that's wrong. Because
this is one of the consoles that I think I know them for some of the older consoles from when I was a kid because I remember being like hyped about the project names.
Project Dolphin. Yeah, Dolphin was a cool one.
Well, I won't say any of the other ones because we might spoil something.
I think we've done 2. We've actually done the Wii, I think, and we've done Dolphin previously. I think we've done one of the Sega ones as well. Do you guys have an answer?
Yep.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, press enter. Zach, what did you go with?
Project Cafe.
And Dav Weeks?
I've said Evolution, but Project Cafe is so shit for you to have made up.
It's Project Cafe.
Yeah.
Well, because it couldn't be Evolution because the Wii was the Revolution.
Revolution,
wasn't it?
Yeah. That's
why I got confused when you said Wii and you said Evolution, and I was like, I think you might have got this wrong. And
well,
I was like, no, it was Wii U.
I put Evolution because I thought someone put the old one was Revolution and it was called
and they
Wii U.
evolved on the Revolution.
Yeah, exactly. All right, guys.
Project Cafe is shit.
Terrible code name.
It's terrible. All right, it's the Wheel of Misfortune. Like we said last week, we changed the rule slightly, so whoever's name it lands on, that's the question I'm just going to ask, just because it makes things a lot easier and a bit quicker as well. All right, here we go. Can you see?
Yep.
We can see.
It is Zach's question.
Yeah. I don't know what game you're going to do.
Okay, Last of Us question this is.
Of course it was.
What's the name of Joel's daughter?
We've already had this question.
Have we?
Yep.
Oh, well, people forget.
I can't remember it.
I did forget at that time. There's a really good moment in the podcast when my face drops. Because you go, oh, it's a Last of Us question. I'm like, yeah. And then you go, what's... And then I'm just like, I don't fucking remember.
Trudy?
Now I remember. Yeah, honestly, I could have been anything.
Yeah. It actually is Trudy, by the way.
Yep.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, press enter. Dav Weeks, you going with?
I thought Hannah.
And Zach?
It's Sarah.
It is Sarah.
It was something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah, some white girl name.
2-syllable ending with an
whatever, it's fine.
Yeah, it's Sarah. That means this week it is Zach who takes it. 6-3, but it was very close. It was very close. It was just the last question that just pushed it a bit too far. But Dav, you were in contention. Just that Wheel of Misfortune, man. Last week it was fortunate for you. This week
it just
misfortunate.
my time.
Yeah. And that is the end of podcast number 49. Thank you very much for listening today. If you enjoyed the show, then please follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Tell your friends and give us a review or a comment, because that would mean a lot to us. And if you would like to support us, then please check our Patreon page, Video Games Ahoy. I think we probably have to do... soon we're going to have to do a new Hall of Fame, I think, which is episode 7. And we've released episodes 1 and 2, which means the next time we record another episode of Hall of Fame, episode 3 will be released. You can listen to that. But if you want to listen to them all, go to our Patreon. You get to listen to all those over there. We're also affiliated with Green Man Gaming, so check all the descriptions in the link to go over there and see all these people. We got a description as well for the Patreon page, the Discord, sorry. So check that out. And keep an eye out, because next week is the live podcast, which I think just briefly chat about this, because we're doing okay for time. I remember talking about that in episode 16, around that time, being like, oh, for the 50th episode we should do it. It's so far away though. It's next week.
I remember just thinking wow, you're very confident that we're going to get to episode 50.
yeah, fair play. We're almost there.
But here we are. Look, man.
Here we are.
Still trucking.
Still talking about games. Still talking nonsense. That is it. You guys gonna be doing much streaming? Maybe this week.
Yeah, me and my dad are streaming on Friday.
Oh yeah.
Although that will have been gone.
That would have been gone.
Yeah.
Is a Zac and Pa? Are you gonna give it a name?
I mean, maybe I should. Yeah, maybe it should have a little thing.
Yeah, Zac and Pa.
Zac
and
Pa.
Or something like that. I imagine you don't call him
Zac's
Pa.
dad and son.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is a weird title.
Yeah. I like that.
And then me and you doing Resident Evil 7.
Resident Evil 7. I'm very excited to come laugh at you again.
I'm not feeling good about it.
I felt like I said last time, I felt so bad, but I just can't help it. I really can't help it, because...
That's for anyone who's listening at home. That's tomorrow night. We're going to be doing more of that.
It'll be tomorrow night.
Dav, are you playing anything this week?
Well, when this comes out, who knows? I might have finished Inside, so I might be doing something fresh.
Cool.
If not, I'll be finishing Inside.
He's good. Okay. Great. We are Video Games Ahoy, and we'll see you next week.
Ahoy!
Ahoy!
Ahoy!